d'abord vous remercier à tous parce que c'est quand même c'est un samedi, c'est un week-end. En fait, quand Jordi il m'a dit on pourrait faire ça, je me suis dit bah bon on va essayer, mais personne ne va répondre parce que tout le monde il a son truc, c'est compliqué. Mais moi je suis très 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 content et impressionné et parce que tout le monde il a répondu très très vite. Et tout le monde il a dit oui, pourquoi pas. Donc voilà, je suis surpris et très content. Et je vous remercie aussi parce que je ne sais pas, peut-être, je ne sais pas si vous parlez, mais moi, je ne parlais pas. Au moins que je vous appelle parce que oui, pour le SAXFest, mais sinon, je ne sais pas, je ne vois personne. Et j'aimerais, je voulais savoir un peu qu'est-ce qui se passe au monde. Et voilà, et mon inquiétude, c'était un petit peu juste ça, parler un peu et trouver des choses qui se passent, et l'avenir du saxophone, bah, je ne sais pas, plein de choses. Et en fait, quand bah, je l'ai dit à Claude, qui gère un petit peu la réunion, et qui parle de, qui essaie, et quand je l'ai envoyé un petit peu mes idées, il m'a dit, wow, mais ça, on peut parler des heures et des heures. Donc, on va essayer aujourd'hui de trouver un petit peu, de commencer, et après, on verra quel point on arrive. Donc, voilà, je laisse la parole à Claude, qui va gérer un petit peu la réunion aussi, un peu, mais tous, on peut parler et communiquer.
Merci, Efrem. What do you think? Is 2 hours okay for you, or too long, or what? 2 hours is okay? Okay.
The good thing now is we have time.
I think everybody's polite, so it's okay.
Then we can. I feel that the very first theme is Andorra SAXFEST, of course, and of course we have to say that it's a wonderful event. I would say myself it's a wonderful event, and but the idea of Efrem was if you would have any suggestion for next, not for the next exactly, which is almost organized already, but if you would have suggestions for further events, that would be great to talk about that. Is that anyone who wants to talk about that? The Andorra SAXFEST possible better ideas, or to have a different shape or different. Perhaps nobody has any comments because it's such a, already, you know, it's a big problem for us because it's already so good, so well organized, and so perfect that everyone seems almost mute.
I can say something if
okay, Nacho.
Yep. Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, as part of the organization, we're always thinking about what are the possible things to do in order to improve the festival. I think that artistically we're pretty satisfied, but I think that we should improve the social part. Try to find time for the students to have more hangout time together and to get to know each other better, because I think that we do so many things regarding concerts, master classes, the competition itself, that it seems to me that sometimes it would be good just to disconnect for a little time, maybe 3-4 hours, trying to go to the mountains together, everyone. I think we're very focused always on just saxophone, and it would be very nice just to disconnect and just get to know each other. But I know that is very difficult with the very tight schedule that we all have when we get there. But this is something I always talk to Efrem, but we never find the occasion to do it. But I think it would be a good idea for the future.
I think that's a great idea. A lot of the events I've been to where they have that structured in, you see a real good sense of the community joining together. And I think that's really important for these kind of events, to have the community aspect as well as, of course, all the brilliant concerts, etc. Even if it's, you know, a venue that is booked for post-concert drinks or something like that, so that it's a little bit structured so that everyone knows where to go, and then they can, you know, socialize and get to know each other, especially because, you know, in Andorra, you're attracting people from all over the world now. Like, I know that even some Australian students have been, so it's a great opportunity for them to all meet each other, you know, so I think it's a really good point, Nacho.
Bah, si vous voulez, je vais faire juste une intervention courte. Je vous mets un petit peu à tous dans quel point on est dans l'Andorra SAXFEST. Donc, les inscriptions se sont passées très, très bien. En fait, on a ouvert les inscriptions et après une semaine, on avait vendu la moitié, 35 inscrits. Donc, après, on a annoncé que juste on avait vendu la moitié et dans les 24 heures suivantes, on a vendu 35 plus. Donc, on a vendu tout dans une semaine, 7 jours, 8 jours après près. Donc, je crois que tout le monde il a envie des concours, des événements, des festivals. Donc, parce qu'après, en plus, on a 15 personnes à l'attente et personne il lâche rien. Tout le monde il est accroché dans son truc, même s'il y a les Covid qui nous frappent fort. Donc, moi, j'ai l'espoir qu'on va y arriver. Parce que ici, pour l'instant, ici en Andorre, ça marche bien. S'ils ne ferment pas les frontières, on va voyager, on va faire le festival, la salle des concerts, elle est grande. Je crois qu'il est limité au maximum pour l'instant, qu'on est dans les pires moments. On est limité à 250 personnes, je crois. Et rarement, nous, au moins dans les concours, on n'est pas dans ce point. Au concert, oui, évidemment. Mais bon, on va voir. Il faudra limiter. Mais moi, j'ai l'espoir qu'en mars, ça sera réglé pas mal. Après, ce qu'on disait, Nacho, de faire des activités en montagne, en fait, pour l'année dernière, j'avais préparé avec les professeurs une sortie en vélo électrique. En fait, parce qu'en Andorre, ça monte beaucoup. Mais voilà.
Ça, c'est pour Jean-Denis, ça.
Mais je crois que pour l'année prochaine, pour 21, on pourrait faire ça aussi. C'était prévu pour l'année. Donc, j'ai un jour qu'après, on est presque tous les profs, on pourrait faire une sortie au vélo par la montagne, mais tout le monde avec des casquettes, parce que sinon... Voilà, mais sinon, voilà, pour l'instant, c'est la seule activité que j'avais pensé. Et voilà.
On peut faire du ski ou aller à Caldea aussi. Hein.
Aussi, on peut faire des skis, on peut aller à Caldea, ouais, exactement.
Oui, il y a une chose pour le partage. Ce qui s'est passé donc l'an dernier, les concerts, on a joué beaucoup en duo. Une année aussi, on avait fait un octuor, enfin des choses comme ça. Alors, c'est pas toujours facile à monter, mais le fait de jouer ensemble, c'est sympa aussi. C'est aussi un moment de partage.
In Delangle, we are on 2 weeks, and so we have 2 days where the jury is not free, but we propose activities, social activities for the juries. And we have also one night when we propose some activities for the candidates who are not going to the final, or the people after the final, they can meet in a special meeting organized by us.
Ouais, ça c'est sûr, parce que nous, on a 7 jours. Si on aurait plusieurs jours, 10, 12, évidemment, on pourrait faire plus de choses. Mais je crois que c'est difficile. Serrer tout le monde. Déjà, 7 jours, c'est difficile pour pas mal du monde. Et tout le monde il fait un effort, il vient, il reste. Mais plus d'une semaine, j'ai peur qu'il y ait du monde qui dise non, je ne peux pas. Donc, après, je ne sais pas. Il y a des gens qui parfois ils m'ont dit bon, je viens juste 4 jours, 3 jours. C'est faisable aussi. C'est la seule chose.
Efrem, if you propose, for example, ski, bicycle, swimming pool, I can come 1 month. Really.
I think that the schedule as it now, like with 1 week, we all know that is very, very intense, and but it's also very motivating and with a lot of activities. But I think that this kind of schedule with 1 week is really good, as you were saying, Efrem. Maybe if it takes longer, it could be also more difficult, also for the candidates and of course for the members of the jury. And it's nice. Yes, it would be great to do some activities, but sometimes, yes, we don't find the time. But every year we can meet at the, at that martini social event where we are all together, a little dancing and talking with each other, and we still have the salsa at night. So, yes, why not?
Yeah, if I can say just something, I think this social part is really important. I think, and I think we have not to forget. I know it's a competition, so it's hard for the candidates to be I think it's hard for them to be open to socialize or do some skiing or having parties, even if they do, of course. But I think something interesting when I've been doing some universities, saxophone universities, courses and stuff like that, is when candidates and people just having master classes can socialize with the teachers. It's always interesting to meet people in another context and to know people better. I think it's always interesting. I think, of course, we can stay together and do some activities like bicycle. I think it's great. But when there is this connection between candidates and teachers, I know it's a bit difficult. I don't. It's just an idea because organizing that, knowing that candidates will have to interact with the juries with some affinities, and during the competition, sometimes it's really hard. But that was just something I wanted to add.
If I can speak, hello everybody. If you don't mind, I'll speak in French. It will be easier for me to say really what I mean. Donc, moi, je ne suis pas très habitué à participer à l'Andorra SAXFEST, puisque j'y ai assisté l'année dernière. J'entends ce que vous dites, vous faites ça depuis plusieurs années. Et donc, je comprends ce que vous dites. Mais on vit une période un peu spéciale. On a des enjeux à assurer. Et puis là, on est en train de faire des conférences avec un son plus ou moins bon. C'est difficile pour nous de nous entendre. Est-ce qu'on ne pourrait pas aussi, parce que le vélo, c'est bien, mais est-ce qu'on ne pourrait pas en profiter pour justement discuter de tous ces enjeux, tout ce qui se passe en ce moment dans le monde et comment on va orienter notre travail? Je pense qu'il faut garder un petit peu de temps peut-être pour ça aussi, pour nous retrouver tous et faire un point et être efficace sur l'enseignement du saxophone et puis tout ce qui se passe. Je pense que c'est important aussi.
Interesting to notice that we have finally two subjects. The first one is socializing through different activities, would be ski or whatever. And the other thing is having a conference about the profession itself, how to teach and what would happen next after, what would be the world after COVID for us as musicians. Of course, I feel that for this next, if I can say myself something, for this next Andorra SAXFEST, if everything can occur at the right time and the right way you have already scheduled, I feel this is especially important for this first after COVID SAXFest. But how can we talk about this without, of course, the context, what we are experimenting right now in our different countries, this is a little different in the States, in Australia, for example, and even inside Europe, we have different experiences. But I feel that can be changed on this, unless you would have something to add about, especially those who are myself, I have the same problem with, because I was only once in Andorra for saxophone. Therefore, perhaps Christophe or Jean-Denis, who didn't speak already Daniel, can say with Nikita, who has been there several times, Valentin, who was competitors, Antonio, perhaps you would like to say, if it's to say the same thing, if you agree, it's okay. But if you have a different point of view, perhaps please express yourself. Oui, Valentin?
Yeah. So I was very lucky to receive the first prize of Andorra SAXFEST competition last year. And of course, I'm very glad to meet one of the nicest people like Efrem and Jordi, and meet their families also, and they become my families. And one of the prizes that I have received was to perform a recital with the organ during the Organ Fest, where lots of professional organ players give the recitals during 1 week. And in one of the nights, I had the chance to play the recital last year in August in a beautiful church that I have passed through every day during the SAXFest. And it was just amazing experience for me to play the entire program with the organ, including some solo pieces, as well as I had a blessed visit in the beautiful country for the second time, but in summer this time. And it felt like a home, and I didn't want to leave Paris. I can say that the Andorra SAXFest is probably the first event like this for me, like the entire festival, because before I was just participating in the competitions, which are less friendly maybe, which are just, which they have a goal of compete with each other. And here in Andorra SAXFest, you can hear everyday recitals of the juries. For them, it's very stressful, I think, because like one day you judge, the another day you play, give the recital. It's very important to gain the respect from the competitors. And I think this is the highest level of saxophone players that we have right now, who give their concerts, recitals every day, every evening. And this is a huge opportunity for the younger saxophonists to listen to them in person. And also we can exchange our technique problems or anything during the master classes, which are available with every member of the jury. And also like having drinking party. I think this is the first time I ever had in my life experience that you can just drink with professors and you don't even feel the distance between competitors and judges. And it's like relief from you. You don't have any stress to perform. It's just like sharing the music with them. So yeah. And I also really like the idea of having youth competition, which helps for children to approach us, to approach the juries, and to have even higher goals than we do. That's all.
Thank you, Valentin. I feel it. You are only happy about Andorra.
Maybe if I can add something for the prices on Andorra. we spoke with Efrem about that, is to propose a communication pack for the first prize or second prize, or for both of them, to allow the winners to have maybe a book, photography book, to have a video support, with the team with Jordi. They can do something really fantastic, and also maybe help for websites, because we know now the importance of the media, of the social part of the music for the promotion, and maybe it could be an idea to add this on a price. And there is no competition who propose this kind of prices.
Yes, I think it's great. Who do
it's
you
not
think
for your promotion, huh?
I know,
Martin.
but who do you think could provide that? Andorra SAXFEST, Jordi, for example, and the team.
I think it's a very nice idea, especially those days that we can't move and we only can show things through this. I mean, if I think all this thing of the virus makes more important to have good quality images, pictures of yourself, good quality videos, because everybody is searching for that, because we can go outside, so we need to have it here. So that's why that thing of the virus makes us to wake up in like, okay, I don't have anything like that, so maybe I have to step forward to have it. Some people are, as an artist or as a group, are doing a very, very nice work. I mean, in social media, with their own graphic design. It's very important, with pictures, with everything. And I think if we add this kind of prize inside a festival or a competition, I think is a very, very good step from the brands and from the competitions, and especially have a very good sign of we are going forward. We are moving forward of in this kind of matter. I think it's a very nice idea. Christophe, muy bien.
Christophe, tu vois ça un peu concrètement de quelle manière?
Une séance. En fait, the idea is to give to the winners to give us the opportunity to have a pack with all the things they need for their promotion. So photos, maybe video clip, 2-3 minutes, and why not a website? And if we want to go further, we can also add press, something about the press.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Do you see that from Selmayr or from the organization?
Why not?
Up to us.
No. Why not? No problem.
Mm-hmm. Good idea.
Yeah, but
I think it's
after that, it's a discussion we will have after with Efrem. We spoke about that 2 or 3 years ago with Efrem. Yeah, of course, Selmayr, Van Duran, we can help about that. But also Jordi, because Jordi and his team they are doing a very good job. So it could be more interesting, I think, for the festival to give at the end the opportunity to spend 1 or 2 days more to do that for the winners, or to come back.
Ok. Dans ces packs aussi de promotion, j'avais pensé, parce que nous, on est affilié à la World Federation of International Music Competition, et nous pouvons avoir des bons prix dans les promotions dans la BBC Music. C'est le journal de la BBC. Donc, on a un très, très bon tarif pour mettre des affiches, ce qu'on veut. Mais ce n'est pas du tout cher. Je me souviens pas trop, mais je sais pas, une page, peut-être c'est 250 €, c'est ça, Jordi, je me souviens plus. On a reçu un email, il nous expliquait tout. Donc, c'est ça aussi. Et moi j'ai un petit peu la obsession maintenant de s'approcher plus, parce que la fédération, il y a les meilleurs concours du monde de tous les instruments. Mais il y a que l'Andorra SAXFEST dans ce festival. Et même les musiciens, ils nous ignorent. Ils nous ignorent, on dit ça.
Oui, correct.
Donc, je ne sais pas, peut-être, moi aussi, j'ai pensé à écrire un peu, parce qu'il y a 130 concours. Donc, écrire un peu aux tous, demander de faire des échanges, des concerts, parce que je ne sais pas si notre gagneur, il peut faire des concerts dans je sais pas, dans les concours de piano de je ne sais pas où, ou faire. Donc, je crois que ça serait bien. Donc, ça, dans cette pack promotion, on peut faire, voilà, des affiches dans la BBC Music, dans des concerts, dans des autres parts du monde avec des autres concours. Donc, faire des relations. Je crois que ça serait bien aussi ça. Et je crois qu'on ne s'approche pas, on reste tout le temps dans notre ghetto un petit peu saxophoniste. Et je crois qu'il faut s'approcher plus au monde musical en général. Et on reste dans notre coin. C'est mon petite opinion, hein, mais je crois qu'il faut s'approcher plus.
Oui, juste en 2 mots, ça c'est ouvrir une autre dimension, et c'est vrai que tous les concours de saxophone sont un peu auto-centrés, mais donc accéder à cela, c'est vrai qu'il faut peut-être utiliser la démarche que vous avez faite pour faire partie de cette charte, enfin cette association des concours internationaux, peut-être déjà de se faire connaître, et peut-être que des échanges comme ça pourrait aider là, du coup le saxophone, le saxophoniste, oui, mais plus largement, je crois. C'est carrément plus large. Hein. Je vois ça comme ça.
J'ai une question pour Alain. Alain, est-ce que Dinan est également affilié à l'Association internationale de concours internationaux?
Non, on s'est tout simplement pas affilié, simplement pour des raisons financières. So we are not a member of this association only because at some moment it was a money problem only. It's I think it's 7,500 to be member of the organization. No? How many euros?
Non, les premières années, je crois que c'est à peu près 5 000 €. Les premières années, parce qu'il y a deux paiements. Les paiements je ne sais pas comment on disait ça, c'était pour y entrer, c'est une espèce de frais pour y entrer. Et après, il y a la cote de tous les ans, que c'est 2600 €. Donc, c'est cher, c'est sûr que 2600 €, on peut penser, je peux le mettre dans autre. Mais je crois que ça va le coup. Ça va le coup. Et nous, on avait l'année dernière, nous, on devait aller au Japon. Il y avait la réunion qu'ils font tous les ans. Donc, nous, on voulait faire des choses présentées. Je ne sais pas, comme on était au Japon, peut-être on aurait présenté à Makoto qu'il était un gagnant, qu'il aurait fait un concert. Nous, on aurait offert un concert, faire des choses. Mais la Covid, il nous a tout cassé. L'intention de Jordi et moi, c'est d'y aller, de faire des choses, de proposer, parce que je crois que c'est la manière qui nous prend respect.
I think you are right, absolutely. But I'm going to speak about that at new with my administration. But the money is not very easy to find in Dinan, in Belgium. Not so easy as perhaps in Andorra. I know you have more facility that we have in Dinan. But I say for everyone that I'm going to speak about that at new with the organization of Dinan.
Yeah, I'd like to mix maybe this topic of promotion and the worry of Philippe about the future of those competition and the way we teach. I don't know if it's really the main preoccupation of SAXFEST Andorra, but maybe you could work on it. I explain many students currently worry and have many questions about how to practice, how to do some competitions online with very specific and technologic demands about how to record, how to film themselves, how to obtain a better sound. And it's maybe something because Andorra SAXFEST is about technology at the top, I will say. Maybe you could help them. Maybe it's a part of your mission. You know, Claude, for example, this year the competition for Paris Conservatory will be online, or at least with some recordings. And many students, and I think that your audience ask, and they have a lot of questions about that. So if it's a part of our future, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, who knows, maybe Andorra SAXFEST will be able to help about that.
Oui, et dans le même temps, moi je vous demande à tous si il faut vraiment s'engager dans cette voie. Effectivement, tant qu'il y a ce problème sanitaire, on n'a pas le choix. Mais est-ce que vous ne trouvez pas ça dangereux? Parce que la vie d'un musicien, avant tout, c'est sur scène. Méfiez-vous de ne pas faire croire au monde que tout peut se passer par vidéo, chez soi, son petit studio. À mon avis, effectivement, c'est important de maîtriser ces techniques, mais il ne faudrait surtout pas faire croire aux gens, et en particulier aux politiques, que ça nous suffit et que ça suffit au public.
Tout à fait d'accord.
Merci.
Oui, je suis d'accord, absolument, bien sûr. Dans le même temps, si on continue de ne pas avoir le choix, il faudrait pas avoir la gueule de bois si on se réveille trop tard, quoi. C'est juste ça.
Je crois que c'est important d'avoir matériel audiovisuel, c'est sûr. Dans le cas du concours, peut-être je suis un petit peu à la bourre, mais pour moi, pour l'instant, je pense que ça doit être en place. Même les gouvernements andorrans, tout à l'heure, Alain, il m'a dit qu'Andorre, c'est plus facile. Je ne sais pas si c'est plus facile avoir de l'argent parce que je me battais avec eux. Mais en tout cas, ils voient les gouvernements, ils voient le festival comme un business. C'est un business touristique. Il y a des gens qui viennent, ils passent une semaine ici, il reste pas mal d'argent, donc ça lui convient pour ça. Ben, il y a beaucoup de monde qui m'a demandé de faire le festival online. Et je crois que pour moi, ça serait pas bien parce que les gouvernements, ils vont me dire ben, tu dépenses beaucoup d'argent parce qu'il faut payer les jurys, il faut payer pas mal des choses qu'il faut payer. Merci, personne il vient. Pour eux, c'est rien. Non, il n'y a pas business, donc mais ils vont dire non, finissent la subvention. Donc, pour l'instant, je suis un petit peu, je cherche, avec Jordi, on cherche la manière, et pour l'instant, c'est physique. Pour l'instant, il faut être en place.
I would like to add to this that, of course, it's complicated when Efrem told us, okay, it's going to be the competition now in 21. Okay, I think we were all thinking, okay, is going to be possible or not finally once again, but finally I have just an idea. I think that for that time, few part of the competitors, maybe just a little part of the competitors, or maybe just a little part of us as a jury, maybe we are going to be I don't know the word in English, but you know, like with the new vaccine, or maybe we have already passed the disease. And also about the possibility for everyone who is participating there. Efrem, have you think, or Efrem and Jordi, about doing a fast COVID test, something that can make us, everyone, feel a little safer, and that justified for you to the government with Andorra, and that is like a kind of a safe festival?
Well, I can answer that because it's the question we are asking Efrem and I every day. It's going to be a vaccine. We're going to have the classrooms to make masterclass. We're going to have the concert plays. We don't know. I mean, every day in every country, it's changing in a different way. I mean, now you have to wear masks. Now you know. Of course, we are absolutely worried about it, but because everything is changing all the time, every day, we are like more not. I mean, we are sleeping at night. You know. I mean, okay, it's something we have to worry, but it's something like there's almost 5 months to go. So in 5 months, everything can happen. And for now, we are worried, but okay, let's see what's happened. Of course, everything is going to be in our hands to make 100% safe. We're going to give it.
Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, especially because we want it as a human beings. And because we want it, because of course the government is going to have rules for it. But for now, I think we are worried, but it's okay. I mean, everything is changing. You know, I mean, it's okay. Go forward. Go like it's going to be a normal festival. You know, it's our opinion. Actually, it's my opinion. I don't know if Efrem disagree.
I don't want to be negative at all because I think it's great that you're planning ahead. But just to point out what happened for me in Sydney, I run an academy in January every year at the end of January. It's been going for 10 years now. And for this coming January, even though in Australia our cases of COVID are unbelievably low compared to the rest of the world and our restrictions are really starting to ease now, technically, as far as legal concerns, I could run our academy, but our issue was venue. We couldn't use our actual venue, and a lot of other venues just didn't want to have the risk of having a large population come into their venues for the event. So even though the government restrictions might ease, there are other restrictions that can happen on festivals. Hopefully for Andorra, you've got much more time. Our event was going to be in January, so you've got several more months. We also considered running our event online, and which opens up a lot of great possibilities because you can then have teachers from all over the world. But one of the challenges for us was how to make that a financially viable situation. Can you charge the same entrance fee for an online festival than a face-to-face festival? And if not, then you have a lot of sort of financial repercussions with how to pay all the tutors and things like that. But, we all have to pray and be hopeful that we're going to get through this and that in the coming months, things are going to, either with the help of a vaccine or some other way, things are going to become a bit easier for all of us.
What is your feeling? We already, Jean-Denis and the relationship between the talk between Jean-Denis and Philippe was very interesting. I'm sorry if Jay was not understanding of the thing, was in between having technology and not too much, because the people who are in charge with financial support, especially politics, would perhaps believe a little bit too quickly that we are okay with the technology and we don't need any more playing on stage or in front of an audience, true audience. And that was the answer of Philippe. But I feel that can be a basic subject because all of we already more or less did things, and Valentin has a lot of experience with that, and when Martin also is very, very keen on all the technology and does a lot, and everyone already did a lot. And Daniel is kind of specialist on transmission on websites and things like that. We are more or less kind of wisdom about this subject. But what is your perspective, and perhaps that can be the next subject, how you would like to determine your own career according to a new equilibrium between technology, website, Facebook, YouTube, communication, and we don't know. We don't know what will be next possibilities of giving true master classes live and concerts with full audience. That is, we cannot answer really, but now we have kind of 8 months experience almost, and if you can perhaps Jean-Denis, Philippe can add something, but those who do not speak about this subject, which is probably one of the most important points right now. Perhaps I would say, Valentin, you are probably the youngest here, with Francisco. I don't know who is the youngest, but about the same age. And both of you, perhaps why not Francisco first, who did not talk already. What is your opinion about that? How you can imagine your further career in between, hopefully performing on stage and providing new support in your career?
Oui, bonsoir. Bon, pour moi, c'était pas un très grand changement parce que j'avais déjà travaillé avec des technologies avant, mais c'est bien sûr que j'ai dû changer la vision de la musique et du monde artistique. Parce que, bon, d'un côté, on a passé de jouer sur la scène à jouer dans les salons. Et on a joué avec des publics et on a joué sans public. Mais bon, je pense qu'il faut, surtout pour les jeunes s'adapter au changement. Dans ce moment, afin de trouver des solutions. Par exemple, je viens acheter des outils pour m'enregistrer bien, et pour les caméras, et les sons qu'ils soient bien, et aussi pour donner des cours. Je donne des cours, on a fait des 8 mois en cours online. Et ça, c'est quand même très difficile, et surtout aussi au niveau des enfants, parce que c'est pas le même d'être avec eux, d'être en distance. Mais bon, c'est ça qu'on a, et il faut s'adapter le mieux possible.
Merci Francisco. Et Valentin, qu'est-ce que tu voudrais avec ton expérience qui a été quand même assez active, quand même, peut-être un tout petit peu moins depuis que vous êtes retourné aux États-Unis, mais vous avez beaucoup contribué à animer la scène du saxophone sur YouTube pendant tous les mois d'été, en tout cas, même au printemps. I'm sorry, I should speak in English.
Yeah, so during the confinement, we, together with Ivan, we was trying to bring some joy to the world of saxophone community and to create some new interesting videos. Of course, we had to do other homework and assignments, and we kind of stopped doing this. And after we moved, of course, we had to change our life a lot after we moved to the USA. So we also had to take our time. And actually right now, I'm doing 3 competitions at the time. All of them, of course, online. But still, it's a huge motivation for me because it's the only thing which keeps me wanting to play again the saxophone. Because during the confinement, I was very frustrated. I didn't want to play saxophone at all. We were just traveling across the friends, because we had this opportunity to enjoy last days of being in France, beautiful country, and especially in summer. So after this, maybe in late August or September, I just really started to play the saxophone very hard, started to progress, maybe, I hope. And I'm trying to do lots of competitions as much as possible. I try to record myself as much as possible. So I try to learn repertoire, new repertoire. And I also believe in YouTube power and Instagram power. And I will try to do my best to create more fun content, to create, I don't know, something just very beautiful product for people to enjoy, and do not give up and stay positive.
Thank you. Thank you. We need to listen to that.
Moi, j'aimerais dire un petit mot par rapport à ça. C'est peut-être mon regard de vieux et je suis pas un fanat absolu de la technologie. Et je pense que la technologie est utile quand c'est un outil. Il faudrait pas la mettre à la place. Je vais un petit peu dans le sens de Philippe, de la production. Les tutos que Valentin et Iwan ont fait, quand c'est un tuto, c'est un outil, c'était super bien fait, parfait. Utiliser la technologie pour s'enregistrer, pour progresser, tout ça super. Mettre la technologie en termes de diffusion, je trouve ça, pour moi, ça n'a pas beaucoup d'intérêt parce qu'il n'y a pas comment dire, l'émotion du direct, quel que soit le niveau. Il y a aussi d'un point de vue pédagogique, je ne sais pas quand vous avez retrouvé vos élèves, si vous les avez entendus en vrai, il y a des choses notamment au niveau du soutien ou tout un tas de choses qui ne passent pas par l'ordinateur, et puis quand on les retrouve, bon, il y a des choses qui ne vont pas bien. Donc on a quand même besoin à tous les niveaux, que ce soit pédagogiquement, que ce soit au niveau de la diffusion, de se retrouver en réel. Donc trouver l'équilibre entre les deux. Il ne faut pas vivre contre son temps, ça je suis d'accord. Les réseaux et tout ce qui est communication, c'est formidable quand on parle de choses intéressantes. Il y a beaucoup de choses sur les réseaux qui n'ont pas beaucoup d'intérêt. Mais par contre, quand c'est de la communication, c'est faire partager de nouvelles choses, tout ça très bien. Laissons d'abord la technologie évoluer, parce qu'au niveau qualité, les décalages, toutes ces choses-là, c'est quand même pas terrible encore, hein. Laissons sa place à la technologie et pas le laisser croire, c'est là où je retrouverai Philippe, laisser croire que ça va remplacer tout. Moi, voir quelqu'un jouer, que ça soit bien ou pas bien, je préfère le voir en vrai que de le voir derrière un écran. Voilà.
Ok, on parlait donc Francisco et Valentin se sont exprimés là. Est-ce que Antonio, tu comme jeune aussi, jeune professionnel, relativement jeune, relatively young
Je suis de moins en moins jeune, moi. Ça commence à tomber. Oui, je suis un peu dans le même âge de Francisco et de Valentin, mais dans cette situation-là, je regarde un peu la vie de Philippe et de Christophe. Parce que je pense que dans le monde du concert et dans le monde musical, il y a un côté humain qu'on ne pourra jamais avoir à travers un écran. Je suis d'accord que les médias, moi je m'en sers, on seul et aussi avec l'Équateur, on s'en servit, les enregistrements CD. Je pense que c'est toujours un complément. Ça peut être jamais un truc qui va carrément substituer, ça se dit, remplacer les lives. Moi, par exemple, j'ai repris mes cours en mois de juin parce que le Conservatoire de Murcia, c'était pas l'unique en Espagne, mais un des peu conservatoires en Espagne qui a décidé de faire le récital de fin de licence et le concours d'entrée en live, en réel, en vrai. Et moi, en fait, quand je suis retourné, quand j'ai recommencé à donner des cours, pour moi, j'étais heureux. Parce que, ok, je faisais des cours pendant le confinement. Je pense qu'on faisait le taf, mais à chaque fois que je finissais un cours, je restais avec la sensation de ne pas avoir, au moins dans mon cas, peut-être c'est moi qui n'arrive pas à le faire, mais de ne pas avoir transmis tout ce que je pouvais transmettre. Donc, mon avis, c'est ça. Les médias, c'est toujours un support énorme. Et la diffusion, c'est génial. Mais je pense que ça va jamais substituer la vie d'artiste, la vie pédagogique réelle, quoi.
Moi, si je peux... Pardon, Jordi.
Oui, Martin.
Oui, pardon. Si je peux ajouter une chose, effectivement, je suis d'accord avec ça. Je suis d'accord avec ça. Effectivement, c'est pas une substitution. Et je pense qu'en termes de pédagogie, moi, je donne pas de cours, mais je me rends bien compte autour de moi, en discutant avec tous les profs, que c'est quelque chose d'extrêmement difficile et éprouvant de donner des cours sur Zoom. Donc ça, j'en ai absolument aucun doute. En attendant, moi, j'ai essayé, alors c'était un peu avant le confinement, mais j'ai essayé de prendre un peu le revers de ce problème, c'est-à-dire que essayer de le tourner en avantage, et je pense que plusieurs d'entre vous l'ont fait, et c'est justement d'envisager le concert live un petit peu comme du théâtre, et peut-être de faire un peu plus de cinéma aujourd'hui, en disant voilà, je vais faire un clip, et je vais mêler d'autres sens artistiques à ça. Je pense à Vincent qui a fait ça récemment, qui a fait des superbes vidéos, et je pense qu'on est tous capables de trouver un peu cette fibre artistique. Alors je sais que ça demande des moyens, il faut avoir envie de le faire, et je dis pas que tout le monde a envie de le faire, bien évidemment, mais c'est un autre moyen aujourd'hui. Enfin, moi je m'attelle à ça en ce moment, et c'est un autre moyen d'arriver à exprimer son art sans qu'il y ait une frustration à cause de l'informatique, en fait. Mais ça demande du temps, ça demande d'investissement, ça demande une envie de le faire aussi. Mais c'est un moyen aussi de s'exprimer différemment en vidéo et sur des projets artistiques. Mais c'est sûr qu'en termes de pédagogie et en ce qui concerne le concours, le fait de faire un concours virtuel, c'est des choses qui peuvent exister, mais en tout cas, il faut que ça soit parallèle. Il faut en aucun cas que ça remplace le concours actuel.
Si on comprend bien, Martin, et pour éventuellement aller plus loin, en fait, c'est ce que tu dis. What Martin is saying right now is perhaps to find a different identity of the project. Is not to copy one by one, for example, to make a concert online. Is it your idea?
Yes, I think
find something else, a new product.
Yes, exactly. I think
cannot be done on stage, but which can be done through the technology and media system, and which has its own artistic quality. That is possible only by this media.
Yes, we shouldn't translate the reality, the concert, which is face-to-face with the public, with interactions. We can't translate that with a Zoom and a little camera in my computer and microphone. But we should, if we want to make something artistic, I won't take my saxophone and play in front of you. I think there is no human reasons and emotional reasons to do that in front of my computer. So you can't, all of you in front of me, you can't be my public now. I think it will be fake, and it will stay fake. So if you want to have an audience and a real public, you have to make the real artistic thing before, like a video, if it's the point. It has to be well realized.
Martin, the point is Efrem was waiting for you to give a concert right now. He said that you have to play right now. We were waiting for your tenor saxophone.
Deep Tuca, s'il te plaît. Deep Tuca, s'il te plaît.
Jean-Denis?
Yes, I would like to add. I am absolutely agree with Martin. I mean, if me as an audience, not as a musician, I mean, you have to be there in a concert, any kind of concert, doesn't matter. You have to be there as an audience, okay? But one of the things we have to think about, maybe now it's too early, but because, as I said before, everything is changing because of the virus. But the online thing, it's here, and it's here to stay. I mean, I don't know in what kind of, I don't know, because nobody knows yet. But in terms of in my field, in the field of movies and TV series, so people, it's watching like 80% more now online than before, and we know all the platforms like Netflix, HBO, everything exists before, but people rise it 80% more globally in the whole world, and it's not going down. I mean, it's there. I mean, because people change their mind to, okay, online, okay, and online now I can do many more things, because technology on those past months, probably all technicians are there working too hard to make Zoom things, Zoom software, classroom software, so many other things that it's because online is here to stay. And it's the future. I'm not saying it's the future of pedagogy. I don't think so. I don't think it's the future of concerts. I don't think so, because to teach you have to be there also. But also it's an open door to have more chances. I mean, if you have the chance to go in live with Jay in Sydney, with Nacho in Barcelona, with Nikita in Russia, it doesn't matter. I mean, if you have the chance, go. But if you don't have the chance, you have an open door to have, I don't know, a masterclass, I don't know, whatever. But I don't think it's going to change too much. I mean, I think the virus is going to pass. Lives are going to go back again like before and better, but online is here to stay for sure. That's it.
Jay, yes, Jay. Jean-Denis raised the hand, but
please,
Jay, go on.
My pleasure.
In Australia, because our restrictions are a lot less, we've been able to do concerts, but online concerts. In other words, the venues are allowing us into the venues to use, but we're not allowed to have an audience. And there's been a company called Melbourne Digital Concert Hall who have been putting on live concerts with no audience. And for a performer, of course, it's much more difficult. You can't feed off the energy of your audience. You're playing to cameras, but it's given a chance for people to see concerts still. And I believe that will still continue even after the virus happens, that the concerts will most likely now still be live streamed, even if there is an audience. And I think there's a fear at the moment that because we have live streamed concerts, people won't go to concerts live. But, they said the same thing when radio was introduced. And then they said the same thing when TV was introduced, and people still go to concerts because there's nothing quite like being live. But I think I look at it in a very positive way that now, as Jordi was saying, now we can watch concerts, or we can collaborate with people from all over the world, which we probably could do before, but weren't put in a position where we had to. So, for example, I did a concert a few weeks ago to a very small audience, but we had 600 tickets sold for live stream. So actually our audience base is increasing, not decreasing. It is my way of looking at it.
Interesting. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Jean-Denis.
Yeah, just to make it clear, Of course, I would prefer to take a beer with you all face to face in the real world, for sure. No misunderstanding about that. But I will join the point of Martin to make it really clear with a little analogy. It will not come to your mind to oppose theater and cinema. That's just the point. That's all.
Mm-hmm. And I just wanted to exactly, Jean-Denis, was exactly my mind, this comparison. When I was a kid, long time ago, we had theater. I don't know if you saw that because you are not that young, but we had, or Christophe probably saw that, we had on French TV, Au Théâtre ce soir, the theater tonight was. And it was exactly a piece of theater played with one camera filming front, a piece Shakespeare or Molière, and in front. And we were very happy about that. But that does not exist anymore at all. Of course, we can still see the Comédie Française or opera, Metropolitan, Bastille Opera, and now it's another product. It's completely different as being in the hall. We can see the singer from very, very close. We can see the guy who is doing the technique behind. I would say it's another product, completely another product. And sometimes, if you already saw the show live, it brings something else, and you are happy to see how it's filmed because it's another artistic image of the same subject. And I completely feel what said Martin and Jean-Denis now. And of course, it's not an opposition on what you said, Jay. But most probably, it will be a wonderful opportunity especially for young or for people who are a bit less known. I don't know, who has not, as you said, not the opportunity of making tours and things like that. And it will be still the world will go on. But I feel totally the same as what Jordi said, that even if everything goes back, which is probably not for tomorrow, but back to the day before COVID, and we will keep a lot of habits from this period of time. And most probably a total change, cultural world will change a lot, for sure. Afterwards, I feel, if you don't mind, it's 10:15 almost. If we can go a little bit further about repertoire, about orchestral repertoire, about chamber music repertoire, and how that could affect the repertoire, the existing repertoire, or the repertoire to arrive. And perhaps, as we did not listen now, Vincent, who is also, like Jean-Denis, a composer, saxophonist and composer. And I would say during this time, as you don't tour, you probably have more time to write music. And how does that changing of our careers bring you new, I don't know, does it bring new ideas, or you have another kind of project for your new pieces?
May I say something before crossing this wall? Because I would like to, it's just an idea that I would like to propose. Like, we see all of us, we see the problems between technology and real live concerts. But in my opinion, as Mr. Byrnes says, I'm thinking in a positive way, like it will take a balance. We always heard about internet will kill the libraries and telephone will kill the meeting between people, etc. And it will be a balance. I'm quite sure. But the idea that I would like to tell you and think about for the future is, yes, there are good things and bad things. But for example, there's something very important for me, that it becomes music much more popular for the public, for the general one, for the society. I think that is a really, really good tool. And we don't have to think. We have to think that this is a nice tool to continue using technology to arrive to new people, because I'm quite sure that a lot of people use technology to listen music during this lockdown, And I'm quite sure that in the future, these people will go for the first time to a live concert in a concert hall. Then for me, the most important thing is to think that this way to offer our music is try to catch new people and to give the culture to more people and make it easier and more simple to listen your first symphonic concert, your first saxophone quartet recital, whatever. Later, the people start to discover and they can go to the concert halls, and I think it will be really helpful for that. That's only my opinion about that. It's a nice tool for to catch new people and to maybe for new students for saxophone or other instruments. Anyway, it's something that we should, in my opinion, we should use it for in that way because it's the most important one. That's the story.
Thank you. Thank you. Bravo. Interesting. Vincent, est-ce que tu veux le point de vue du compositeur?
Oui, ou tout simplement de juste rebondir sur ces technologies, puisque finalement, je pense que le plus intéressant, c'est que la technologie doit rester un outil. Et dans cet outil, en fait, pour moi, c'est comme le saxophone, c'est du moment qu'on reste créatif et qu'on a une démarche créative à travers l'image ou à travers le son, ça ne restera qu'un outil, c'est-à-dire quelque chose qui pourra nous mettre en valeur. Si c'est comme un outil de promotion, c'est parfait. Il faut absolument pas que ça remplace les concerts et ça ne les remplacera pas, je crois. Et c'est tout notre enjeu de professionnel d'arriver à donner des outils et de maîtriser ces outils pour en faire quelque chose de plus moderne. Mais la finalité, c'est bien d'amener les gens au concert et de leur donner envie. Donc, former ces outils, les maîtriser, ça peut être très intéressant si on les maîtrise et si on en fait quelque chose, on s'en sert de promotion. Voilà. Après, comme compositeur, pour moi, ça ne change pas grand-chose. J'ai beaucoup de temps pour écrire de la musique, donc ça, c'est parfait, beaucoup plus. Donc, j'en écris beaucoup et l'imagination qui se dégage du Covid ou pas du Covid, pour moi, ne change pas ce que j'ai envie de faire. Donc, on reste dans l'idée de création par rapport aux timbres, et les timbres, je les imagine jamais à travers d'un microphone, mais toujours en direct, à tel point que pendant le Covid, comme j'ai eu le temps, je me suis acheté des nouveaux instruments, donc j'ai acheté des violons, des violoncelles, j'essaye, je travaille, et donc je découvre des nouvelles sonorités, et je pense que on est à ce moment-là où finalement, moi, ça m'a permis de faire ça, de découvrir des nouveaux sons, des nouvelles sonorités en direct. Et c'est toujours étrange, plus on aura de la technologie, plus on reviendra à quelque chose d'artistique si on arrive à le maîtriser. Et tout l'enjeu, il est là pour moi. Mais si on a ce souci primaire de vouloir créer des nouveautés du son, même à travers de l'image, même avec de la technologie, le côté humain et artistique ressortira toujours. Sorry, in English, maybe?
In English.
Sorry, Jay.
Si je peux intervenir.
Oui, Philippe.
Je pense qu'il faut se méfier. Alors effectivement, la technologie, moi, ça me passionne aussi. Il faut qu'on soit certains tous de parler de la même chose. C'est-à-dire que tout à l'heure, moi, j'avais compris que ce qui était important, c'est que les étudiants soient capables aussi de diffuser une vidéo ou un enregistrement avec une qualité de son minimum. Ça, on est bien d'accord. Après, quand on parle de projets artistiques comme Martin tout à l'heure et d'autres, oui, c'est certain que le support visuel, il peut être vraiment très intéressant, très enrichissant. Mais actuellement, la technologie, le côté un petit peu pervers, c'est que les outils sont tellement simples ça donne l'impression que, bah oui, c'est pas mal ce que je fais. Hein. Oui, sauf que dites-vous bien que il vaudrait mieux que les saxophonistes travaillent leur saxophone pour avoir un vrai niveau, parce que dans les écoles de son et d'image, il y a aussi des étudiants qui sont extrêmement compétents et extrêmement performants, et il vaudrait mieux que ce soit eux qui nous enregistrent et qui nous filment, plutôt que les saxophonistes perdent du temps à bricoler, à chercher. Je dis saxophoniste, c'est valable pour tous les instruments, hein. Mais les sons, la technologie, elle est devenue extrêmement puissante. Il vaudrait mieux confier ce travail-là à des gens dont c'est le métier Il y a plein de jeunes qui sont excellents, des moins jeunes aussi d'ailleurs. Et là, on va arriver à faire un super travail et à faire une super production. Mais méfions-nous de cette apparente facilité par rapport aux outils numériques actuels, parce qu'il y a des gens dont c'est le métier. Il faut plutôt être en contact avec eux, à mon avis.
Mais c'est très intéressant. What says Philippe, Jay, it's very interesting because he says that in spite of losing time trying to get the best material at home for a musician who is not exactly, it's not his job, it would be better to have a collaboration with people of whom it's the job, you know. And I would like to be back to Valentin and perhaps Nikita, because we didn't listen to Nikita yet. But Valentin said a little this a few minutes ago. He said that he spent a lot of time at springtime where they went to do video, tuto and so on. And then he decided to go back to real music live in September, if I understood well. And finally, he had less time for technology and experimenting the video and things like that, and back to more work. And I feel that we all know this, the balance between time we spend with the computer, whatever is the purpose, and the time we spend with the saxophone, if we have a saxophone player, or writing music for the composer. And that's probably one of the, I feel it's not only my opinion, is one of the strongest challenge for a musician now, because we have so much to do. When I was a student in Paris Conservatoire, was 40 and a few years ago, we had 6 hours a day, 8 hours a day practicing the saxophone. We had all the time. We had a book, we reading, having some analysis and history lesson to do, and practicing the saxophone was the only thing. Now we have so many other things to do, and then I would say the challenge is strong to keep our job, I would say. Est-ce que Nikita, est-ce que tu voudrais, would you please say something?
Sorry, yes, with great pleasure. First of all, I would like to thank all of you for this very serious, motivated meeting. A lot of good minds, good thoughts. But I think this situation with COVID will pass away. One year, I don't know, 6 months, 2 years, everything will go back for normal life, I'm sure.
Thank you.
Please believe me. So I didn't have global ideas how I can help world of saxophone or world of classical music. What can I do? What computer programs I should use? Of course, I continue practicing. I have more time to spend with my family. I have some Zoom lessons with my students, and I have some concerts, live concerts with orchestras, with piano in orchestras. So I don't know how to be useful for Andorra, our meeting. What can we really do? The problem, of our instrument, that we don't have enough performance. But this situation was already before the COVID. Some saxophonists still don't have concerts, so the problem is the same. But for competition, that the problem is that we don't have managers, agents who are interested in our instrument, like in a competition of singers or pianists or violins. So that is the problem. How we could interest for them, I don't know. I have no idea. So I prefer to stay positive, of course, to think what we can do in the world of media, of internet, Instagram, Facebook, etc. But I don't believe that the world will change, and we should really think how to change ourselves, how to continue live in this very hard life. So, so that is my point of view.
As Nikita just said, we need to bring the attention of the agencies, management, but how to bring the attention to become more popular in our classical music instruments, among like clarinet, oboe, flute. They don't have as much motivation as we do, first of all. And then we just need to be more popular, and then we will be more popular in terms of being a soloist, and manager will come to us and will be like, please go to my management.
We should think, is it a goal for us to be popular, or what we want? What we want? To be popular, to be famous, or of course it is an artistic part of our lives, but it's not really a goal. But I don't know. I think we should continue practicing, find connections, live connections, live speaking with students, with to organize some maybe small but live concerts. It is possible in Russia. It is possible now. We have situation that 25% only of audience can assist the concerts. Before, 1 week before, it was 50%. Now it's the situation is more bad, but stable, stable, yes. But I believe, and I think that I don't want to say some big words, but humanity had a lot of problems, like wars, like different pandemics. But now it is, of course, problem, some tragedy for people, but I think, and I'm sure that it will pass away.
Thank you. Thank you, Nikita.
Sorry, I have a question for Nikita. What do you know about COVID? You said 1 year, 2 years, it's going to pass away. What do you know?
I don't have a professional opinion, and what can I say? For example, in Russia, there are a lot of people who had I don't know, antitela, how to say, Valentin, you know, the
antibodies.
Yes, but they feel good. Some people feel bad, but situation is stable. So I don't know what will happen after, worst, maybe better, but it will pass for sure. 2 years, 1 year, 6 months, I don't know. But and I don't make global plans of changing my life.
Don't know how it is in Russia right now because I don't live there anymore. But in the USA, I can tell that all of the people, they are very afraid of socializing. And even if I go out of my apartment, I need to wear a mask. Even if I invite people, they are all in mask. They just put mask up when they drink, and that's all. So even like the students, not only speaking about the older generation who are really in the danger right now and they barely go out, there are even special hours for them from 8 a.m. till 9 a.m. for the shops. So it's like only for older people. So they don't interact with other generations. So it's, I don't know, it's very dangerous question to say like directly like this, but we will see. We don't have, we cannot do anything. We can just still positive and practice and bring joy to the world. And I will do videos and promote myself and promote the saxophone, of course. And I don't know.
Thank you. Thank you, Valentin. I think Martin would like to.
Yes, I think yes. We can. We all have different situations in our countries, and I think maybe we can think it's going to be better in 6 months, 1 year, or 2 years. But there is something real about economic situations. Maybe I can, maybe you know that the Metropolitan Orchestra Opera in New York has been having real troubles for musicians. Some of them, I mean, not some of them, they're not paid. Not any musician of the orchestra is paid now. And I think it's the same situation in the whole country for orchestras who are not playing. And the situation is for USA, but I guess in every country it's kind of the same. In France, we are kind of lucky for musicians because some of them are still paid for 1 year, maybe 2 years. But we have a terrible economic situations for concerts, and if, of course, everything will pass away one day, but we will have huge repercussions economically for orchestras. I don't know, I don't have the answer, but I can imagine all the orchestras that have to give money for their musicians, but they don't have any benefits from the concerts. You know, that's huge. Of course, they have benefits from industry that are giving money to them because it's private funds sometimes, and but there is big repercussions. And maybe I can say a word about Van Doren. Van Doren is a huge company. It's a music company. Van Doren has always been in a very good shape, but from the 27th of November, like next week, the company is closing until the 4th of January, the factory. We have always been in trouble to provide mouthpieces around the world. We've been always missing some orders, but now it's not the case. You know, we are overproducing reeds and mouthpieces. And I think for mouthpieces, the case for us is that when you want to change your mouthpiece, you're going to do it. Maybe you're going to do it in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, maybe a year, when the COVID will pass away, and you will be able to go to your shop and be able to try without any risk, and be able to try 3, 6 mouthpieces. I don't know, but you will change your mouthpiece because you know that you have to do it. But all the reeds that has not been played during the lockdown and the situation since March, because we don't have much concerts, because amateurs don't really play, they don't go to their harmony sessions, or I don't know, activities, or they don't rehearse with their groups, and all those amateurs that buy reeds, they will not buy more reeds later. So all these reeds that we didn't sell, we're not going to sell them. And I'm just talking about Van Doren because we have lost a lot of money in this situation, and we will have some economic repercussions afterwards, like sponsoring festivals, sponsoring musicians, giving reeds and mouthpieces to musicians. We will try to be strong and to continue to help and to continue to have a normal life, but we can't actually, for Van Doren, we can't say, okay, when it will be finished, end of the story, back to normal, and it's great. It's going to take time, and I'm afraid it's going to take a lot of time. And Van Doren is not the worst company in this situation. I mean, Van Doren was always in a very healthy situation since years, and has been growing since years. And now we're like, okay, we don't know what January will be made of. So it's still a big problem, economic problem, that will affect concerts, musicians, companies, all the music industry around us.
I think it's also the same problem a little for the music publishers. And I think it's a problem for the future of the repertoire of the saxophone, of music in general, because now in the COVID time, the music publishers are not selling a lot of scores. They are not selling, in fact. And I think perhaps it's going to have a bad influence on the repertoire of all instruments, and also for the composer, because some publishers are now saying, oh, no, I don't publish because I don't know if I'm going to sell some score in this time.
And this is the same for. I was in TGV this morning, just next to a pilot, and he said, I did my only flight in the month yesterday. Air France pilot just did one flight for the month, and that means the situation, which will be the Air France situation, and many companies, flight companies, will change probably many things. It's why I understand what says Nikita. Of course, we all understand that that will stop one day. But as said Daniel and Jordi, the situation will not change. But the influence of media will have a huge influence. And of course, it began earlier. It did not wait for the COVID to develop. But our situation, the Zoom situation, this kind of talk online, of course, began much earlier, much before. But it will be just more and more. And you know that only this company, Zoom company, had 2 million clients, 2 million. Comment est-ce qu'on dit un client en anglais?
Users.
Users. Okay, users. It went customers. Thank you. 2 million customers, and it went from 2 million to 6 million in 15 days. And of course, and now it's something like 80. They are completely overwhelmed by the situation, which is very good for them. They are cotés en bourse. It's a huge business, and that will not change much afterwards. That means that the culture will change a little bit for sure. It will not. The culture we had before will not exactly be the same afterwards. Many economic people say that, and I feel we can say that the world will not get back exactly the same as the world after First World War was not the same afterwards, not as it was before. And even on an artistic point of view, and before World War II and after World War II, the world changed a lot, and we know that, of course, how it was before and how it was after. It's not a war, but it's kind of war. It's kind of silent war, but it is one war. And we have to think about it. I feel that it's better to think for nothing than not thinking and being waking a little late, as said Jean-Denis. I don't know. Nobody knows. But it's just interesting to talk together. Now it's 20 to 11. Is that any other subject we would like to talk? My subject, I would like to suggest the question of repertoire, because many times it has been you all talked a little bit on this. Of course, Vincent, Jean-Denis, Valentin and Nikita especially talked about the way. What kind of repertoire to have interest from the main impresario and companies who are selling violin player, pianist, and what? Because I would say you are Nikita, especially Nikita. You are a very good example of somebody who tried to play wonderful pieces with wonderful virtuosity and violin pieces, wonderful transcriptions, and you was probably at the top of trying to interest with those repertoire and the company who sell musicians. do you have? It can be. I'm interested in that question. What kind of repertoire choosing? What is the direction? What direction to have more? Composers know that because they do their own music and they don't just believe on themselves, because they do what they feel and what they have in mind, and that's it. They don't think about in terms of repertoire. They think in terms of doing their own music. Do you have an idea? I just received recently a wonderful CD by Mariano with pieces by Vincent, pieces by Jean-Denis, pieces by Cyril Laine, and the question of repertoire, because you are this is the last CD we were able to listen to Mariano. Can you talk about your choice? What is it? As said Nikita, or I don't know if it's Nikita or Valentin saying, what is our goal? Nikita said that. What is when we do a CD, what we compose a program for a concert? Is it to make fun, to have more audience? What is the goal? To have a historic influence on repertoire, or to be recognized as the best of the best? What is our goal?
Why do you ask me? I have no idea. But for my last experience was playing contemporary music in orchestra. Two days ago, I played in orchestra some modern music, and I should play one Calevi Ajo concerto. I should play this concerto, but this in September. But unfortunately, this concert was cancelled. Maybe in summer I will play this contemporary piece. So I'm doing some positive steps to play contemporary music.
No, I don't.
So
that was not my point.
Yes, but the point is to play music you love. You shouldn't be on the fight with yourself. Of course, we can think about the demand of the audience. Of course, some people think and take care, but I don't think that some of us here have these kind of thoughts. What I should play to give a good fast food for people? No, I don't think that we think about it. So
thank you.
That is the point. Sometimes people ask you to play music which you don't want to play, and you just have a choice to play it to earn money or not. That is the question for musicians. But also it is not our world of classical saxophonists. We are not pop musicians, so it depends on personality of the person. The personal question. But I, as I already told, I have some thoughts about playing contemporary music.
Good. I'm happy.
Good. I try to change.
Mariano.
Yes, I would like to say something about that, because of course, like the thoughts about how can the things we can do for improving or for having more chances to have more concerts, to play in the big venues. I think finally is that thing about the management, the management thing. How can the way we can be interesting for them? I think we can't be interesting, because it's a question of repertoire. Finally, in the great concert halls, there are it's always the great, of course. We all like it, but it's always, as we know, the Beethoven, Brahms, and if we are lucky, maybe Shostakovich. Wow. So it's finally also a question of repertoire. I mean, I think the big audience, even if we like it, but big audience are not interested in Creston. So, and if they are not interested in Creston, it's going to be more difficult to be interested in other things. So finally, I think that we are finding our place in this kind of Andorra SAXFEST, and we are fighting for playing sometimes with orchestra, maybe just few times a year, and we convince someone who knows somebody, but I don't know if you, maybe I am not very positive about that, and sorry for that, but it's like we always watch that. So we enjoy also playing. I think we are here. We enjoy also playing a lot of transcription of the beautiful music we like. I enjoy also playing a new music, new contemporary music. Now music from friends that I do it because I really like it. And it's like Nikita said that okay, we play what we like really to play, and sometimes we need to play other music because it's interesting or because it's a nice project. But about the future for saxophone, for playing in the big concerts venue, I think it's maybe we are too young compared to other instruments.
I guess the question really comes down to, what do we want? Do we want to be doing 100 concerts, 150 concerts a year of safe music that promoters think audiences will like? Or would we prefer to do much less concerts, but play music we feel really passionate about? And for me, I'm much happier to do less concerts as long as I'm really passionate about the music I'm playing. And I guess I'm fortunate in a position where I'm an educator as well, so I can support my income through education and then do the performance projects that I'm really passionate about, rather than having to rely on doing programs and programs of music that I don't enjoy to play. So I think if we focus our energies on what it is we actually want, is it just to be on stage, or is it to be on stage to perform music we love, you know? And then I think that helps the creation of new repertoire as well, because if we're searching for new repertoire to feel passionate about it, we're commissioning composers that we like their music, etc., then we're going to get a bigger and better palette of pieces to play, rather than if we just play, you know, as Mariano said, we just play Creston or Scaramouche or something in every single concert, then it's not going to help build repertoire either.
Thank you. We are getting to an end now. 10 more minutes. Do you feel we need kind of conclusion, or because I feel a little late to have another theme or another subject? Once again, I feel that the important people here, especially those who are involved both in composition, as Vincent, Jean-Denis, and those who are involved with technology, Jordi, Daniel, Martin. And I feel we have a lot to learn from you. And if you want to add some specific thing, if not, we can go to further with a kind of conclusion, kind of synthesis of what has been told. Efrem, you are our boss.
Pour moi, ça a été très intéressant aujourd'hui. J'ai rien à apporter en plus. Juste, j'ai très envie que les festivals, ça arrive. Je crois que je suis sûr que ça va aller. C'est sûr. Et sinon, si on ne peut pas, on ne peut pas. On ne peut rien faire. Donc, mais je crois que ça va très bien. J'ai oublié de dire qu'il y a beaucoup de gens, je crois qu'il y a 80 masterclass vendus, donc presque tout le monde il a fini ses cours ici en Andorre. Donc, les gens, ils viennent de tous les côtés, des États-Unis, de l'autre côté, Japon, Chine, de tout le monde. Et voilà, après... Bon, on verra. On verra. J'ai trop envie de tous vous voir. Et voilà. Je vous dis à bientôt.
C'est assez réciproque. Moi, juste en termes de mots de la fin, il y a une voix qu'on n'a pas entendue et qui me semblait pourtant vraiment importante. Florence, on voit ton beau visage, mais on serait vraiment charmé que toi, en tant que pédagogue et, disons, héritière de toute la tradition diastéma, on va dire, comme on l'est un peu tous, en fait. Est-ce que avec tes jeunes, puisque tu travailles peut-être plus que nous autres avec des tout jeunes élèves, est-ce que tu as un message à nous donner d'espoir?
J'aimerais être aussi enthousiaste que Nikita, mais alors j'ai des jeunes, mais j'ai des grands aussi, puisqu'il y en a quelques-uns qui se présentent chez toi. Mais je ne suis pas très enthousiaste parce que de manière générale, en France, j'ai l'impression que le saxophone n'est pas très bien, comment dire, peut-être pas très bien enseigné partout. C'est un peu difficile de motiver les jeunes. Ils vous entendent tous sur les réseaux, ils sont tous à fond. Mais après, franchir la porte d'une école de musique ou d'un conservatoire, c'est plus compliqué. Fournir des heures de travail sur l'instrument, c'est plus compliqué. Et pourtant, je ne me plains pas parce que je pense qu'à Toulouse, on a des élèves qui travaillent bien et je pense que dans beaucoup de régions, ça arrive aussi. Mais le contexte fait qu'avec le Covid, il y en a de moins en moins.
Mais c'était déjà un phénomène sensible un peu auparavant, comme le Covid a peut-être accentué quelque chose qui était déjà un peu installé quand même.
Oui, parce qu'en fait, il y a la facilité par justement la vidéo, on ne se déplace plus. Alors, on voit beaucoup de vidéos aussi directement chez soi. Donc après, est-ce qu'on fait l'effort de revenir sur le concert? Est-ce qu'on fait l'effort de revenir directement à l'école de musique ou au conservatoire? Dans le département et dans la région, en tout cas, je sais que c'est très, très compliqué pour beaucoup de mes collègues.
Donc, une note un petit peu bémolisée quand même.
Oui.
En tout cas, moi, si je peux apporter une note un peu, un dièse ou un double dièse, je ne sais pas, c'est que je ressens parmi ceux qui sont un peu sous ma responsabilité un désir de se perfectionner, un désir d'apprendre, aussi un amour pour la relation personnelle et pour le fait de venir en cours coûte que coûte, même si c'est à Paris, il y a eu des jours compliqués. Et en fait, je dois dire que au Conservatoire de Paris, les élèves ont le choix. I'm sorry, Jay, I will say in English. The students have the choice, and professors too. We can go or not. We can go online. We can do online or live. And I would say that in most classes, when professors come to Conservatoire, we have no one is missing. On 12 IF 12, they all come and they would like to stay more, and they appreciate much more than they seemed to appreciate before. And I feel a little the same. For me, I feel that what was considered as a normal situation, teaching, going, have a concert and going there, now everything has a very special flavor. We experimented that it's kind of miracle. How can we say that? I'm very miracle. The presential, to teach live, to play live, to listen live, a true saxophone sound, something unbelievable. It's wonderful, and we all appreciate that so much that I hope that we can share this. And I agree a little bit with Nikita when he says, don't think too much in changing the world, changing the culture, and what would be next, because we will have better time. Of course, we are sure, we expect, we believe that we will have better time. But at the same time, I feel that if we go back to those times, we will go back with more, I would say, more flavor, and we as said, Efrem, we are so much expecting meeting again live in Andorra. I feel that's probably, if we can gain this from the situation, that would be wonderful to feel that life is not something normal. Finally, life is a wonderful thing, and we will enjoy much more afterwards than we enjoyed before, and hopefully the same on stage. That will be, we expect we would keep this intense feeling of appreciation at 200% at what we will have. Ça n'est pas un résumé de tout ce qu'il a dit. Ce n'est pas un résumé, mais Philippe.
Pardon, Claude, oui. Je pense qu'effectivement, vous êtes peut-être moins touché dans vos conservatoires supérieurs. Les temps meilleurs, oui, Nikita, oui, j'espère, je pense aussi. Cela dit, ça n'arrivera que quand la culture redeviendra une priorité. Et aujourd'hui, on vit dans un monde où les parents n'éduquent plus, où les parents n'ont plus la parole, les professeurs n'ont plus la parole. Et je sais pas, moi je suis pas très optimiste. Quand effectivement le goût de l'effort redeviendra à la mode et le mot élite ne sera plus une insulte, là je serai optimiste.
On comptait sur toi pour cette note un tout petit peu profonde comme ça. On comptait sur toi. Oui, bon, on va en tout cas ne pas se désespérer. En tout cas, moi, je crois beaucoup. Enfin, I'm very naive and eternal, not eternal, but long-term teenager spirit. But I feel that even if the situation is worst, even if it's very bad, I feel that when we are teaching, when we are performing, of course, but when we are teaching, even if we can have reflection between us, we are between us, we are between professionals. And I feel when we are teaching, even we can talk with some adults, if we have adults, students, but I feel that the energy and the enthusiasm that we can provide to them is essential. I feel that that doesn't mean we do not have to question ourselves. Of course, we can question ourselves, but when teaching, when we just have to bring joyful when playing together, and perhaps being a little bit naive, why not? And I feel that enthusiasm is creative in itself. We don't know. Perhaps we know that we need culture. We need the human being needs culture and needs beauty. Of course, this is it's not the cherry on the cake. You know, the beauty is not, as said François Chen. Because I would like to encourage you to read this wonderful writer François Chen, who is the first Chinese to enter the French Academy of the. He wrote 5 méditations sur la beauté. I would like to advise you, if you don't read it before, if you did not read it, 5 meditation on beauty. So I'm sure it's translated in English and most probably in Spanish. 5 méditations sur la beauté. And you know, beauty is not something which is which is kind of a cherry on the cake is the best. It's part of the creation. It's part of us. We are beauty. Myself not that much, but when we look at Florence and Philippe, we're the image of what beauty is. And you know, thank you for being here. And you know, I feel if we give energy to the students, the energy of peut-être l'énergie du désespoir, but I feel that it can feed them more than beautiful scales. Or we need scales. We need having a good sound. We need everything wonderful, good repertoire. But the best thing is the energy and enthusiasm that we can give them, or not teach. It's not a question of teaching, but a state of mind. keeping this state of mind in our teaching. It's my point of view, perhaps. Just for I talk for myself.
No, I think we don't. It's not acceptable that we should be negative. We have to be positive, and I think we have to think about creativity to find the way for the saxophone. But the way for the saxophone was always difficult, and also in the past it was not easy for Beethoven, but he was creating his own world. The father of Mozart was also creating a world for his son, and the saxophonists are people who are always fighting, I think. And so I stay positive for our instrument, and I hope for music and for art in general.
Bravo.
Alors, il faut qu'on fasse tour de France sur vélo, tour d'Andorre sur vélo.
Oui, oui, oui. Oui, mais alors...
électrique.
Électrique. Avec un casque. Bon, je pense qu'on est dans les temps. We are on time. I feel that it was very, very good. We all enjoyed being together. I hope everyone has the opportunity to express himself, herself, the way he expected. I feel the very good thing. Thank you very much, Jordi and Efrem, to organize this meeting. Thank you to Andorra SAXFEST. It's wonderful. We believe that you are kind of the heart of Europe, or kind of the heart, the central part of the world, and a tiny country being the heart. The heart is very small in the body, but it's essential. And Andorra is as essential for saxophone life than the heart is for the body. And thank you to be the heart of ourselves. And the good thing is that everything is recorded, and if we can get a very nice video of the best moments, I feel it will be very good, very useful. And all guys, if you have a minute tonight or tomorrow, you can send to me by mail your postal address, and I would be very happy to send you my last Leroux CD, which just arrived, and it will be my Christmas present.
Thank you.
Okay, I think we can say bye-bye to another two.
Just 1 second. Yes. I would like for the promotion, I would like to know if you can write it down by email, your city where you are now, okay, to share the cities where you are and put it on the promotions for the video. Probably, I think the video, I'm gonna cut some parts, but I think it's so interesting, the whole conversation. I'm gonna cut Nacho because I don't like him. I'm gonna cut some other people, Mariano. No, but I mean, I'm gonna cut just the silent moments, but I think it's very, very interesting, the whole conversation. I think it's fair to share it with everybody. And with Efrem and I, when the idea came out, it was like, okay, let's see, let's email people and let's see who can do it. So I think it's the first, only the first one. So I would like to make another one, maybe in 1 month, if you agree. I don't know if all of you are going to be available. I don't know if maybe we can share with more people, but I think it's healthy thing to be here together and share it with people. I don't know if you agree, but I think it's a good idea to maybe on, I don't know, in 1 month, on 19 before Christmas, because in Christmas everybody's very busy. But maybe a week before Christmas, maybe we can make another meeting. Okay, we're gonna write it down again, and people who say yes, no, maybe more people. Maybe you have suggestions for more people that they are not here now. So it's good to know. So thank you again, and we really enjoy it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It was a huge pleasure.
Goodbye.
Bonne maîtrise de la technologie.